I think it's long overdue this. Just trying to document my journey. I don't know, where do we begin? Where do we begin? Let's start with maybe 4 or 5 months ago. Back in September, end of September, I was in a position where I didn't particularly like the profession I was doing. Actually, that's a lie, let me be honest. I hated the profession I was doing. Didn't enjoy my job. Didn't really know where I was going, really, with my life and the decisions I was making. But it was kind of just a go with the flow sort of thing. It's kind of always been like that, to be fair. I've never really had a job in mind or a career in mind where I thought, you know what, I actually love this. It's always been more of like I know what type of life I want to live, so what job could help me sustain that. So after school, it was a case of I literally typed in best jobs for the highest pay. And I literally was like, can't do that, can't do that, can't do that, can't do that. Which left me with only law. So went to uni, studied law, done my degree, done my master's, then ended up doing a year's worth of work in a law firm. Was it bad? No. Were the people nice? Yes. But I knew it wasn't what I wanted to be doing. And I don't know. I think for me, everyone around me at my work used to be like, oh, you love fitness, like why don't you pursue it? And it's always been like oh yeah, I'll do it, like it's a little side hustle sort of thing. So fast forward now to after a year to September, and my contract at work is coming to an end. I'm looking for new jobs, and I was in a pretty serious long-term relationship that was coming to an end at the same time, and it was a lot to deal with that one period of time, to be honest. I remember, I think it was my last day of work, or the last week of work, and I was walking home. I remember it was cold. It was a cold day, and I remember I had my jacket up, zipped up, covering my mouth because it was cold. Had a quarter zip on as well underneath, and I just felt like I couldn't breathe. And so I felt like I couldn't breathe. So I thought, you know what's the reasonable thing to do? Unzip your hoodie, unzip your jacket. Sorry. So I unzipped my jacket, and I still couldn't breathe. And I then ended up unzipping the quarter zip, and I still couldn't breathe. So at this point, nothing's obstructing my mouth at all, and I still can't breathe. So I realised I was literally having a panic attack. Now, not saying mental health is not a real thing. I do believe it's a thing, but I've always lived my life kind of like I'm not the only one going through this shit right now. Like, so many other people are going through it as well. So, like, stop complaining about it and get on with it, sort of thing. So I really just took what was happening to me at the time as like, that's just life, and deal with it, sort of thing. So, yeah, and sounds weird. The realization for this was literally when I went to the cinema with my little brother, took him to watch Inside Out 2. Now, I don't know if any of you have actually watched Inside Out 2, but I stand by it, one of my favourite films of all time. And I say this because it made me realise that I have anxiety. To what level, I don't know, but it made me realise I'm an anxious person because I try to prepare for every outcome, even if I can't control it. And that was the first time in my life where I genuinely felt like I wasn't in control of anything that was happening to me. And it was a very overwhelming situation to deal with at the time. So here we are. And I remember one of my best friends, my best friend John, shout out to John, he said to me when all this was going on, just have a 90-day sprint, 90 days of pure graft at the thing you love doing. And I just said to myself, just stop having a plan B. Like, forget about the plan B. Like, plan Bs are there to block your plan A. It's a safety net. And if you have a safety net, you'll never truly make that jump. Or you make the jump, but it's half-hearted. So I said, I'm going to jump into this full time. So at the time I was doing online coaching, just a little bit on the side, nothing too crazy. And then literally the day after all this happened, the end of my job, end of my relationship, my dad came to me and asked me, can you coach me? And I was like, what do you mean, can you coach me? And he was like, yeah, I'm just struggling with the gym. I've been doing it for about a year, not really seen much progress. And I just think, like, you've been going to the gym for a long time, you make good progress, so are you able to help me? And I was like, yeah, but context to that, like, I don't know why I said yes. Like, obviously in hindsight now, I'm grateful that I did, but every part of me was just like, it's just not the time. Like, I don't mind doing it, but just not now. And yeah, so I said yeah. Ended up coaching him a few times, and I remember I started documenting it in the gym, purely for him to look back on it, because I knew I was going to get him a good physique. Him to look back on it and be like, oh wow, look how far I've come, sort of thing. But yeah, we were at the gym, and a lady came up to us in our first session, and I'll never forget where we were. We were by the pet deck. No, sorry, lat pull down. I said wouldn't forget, and I literally forgot. We were by the lat pull down in this gym, and she came up to us and was like, oh, hi, I know you don't know me, but I'm a doctor, and I just wanted to say I think it's really great what you're doing. Not enough people do this for their parents, and I think you're doing a great job, like, keep smashing it. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, me and my dad looked at each other kind of like, okay, cheers for that. And yeah, we just documented it, and then I went home. I can't remember who told me, but that's one of my family members was like, why don't you just post it? Just see what happens. I think it was my brother that actually said it. Shout out to my brother Brendan. He said, yeah, why don't you just post it? And I was like, oh, okay. Just posted it, done a little voiceover. Day one of turning my dad into the most dangerous man on the planet. And yeah, here we are now, 4 or 5 months later, 18,000 followers across Instagram and TikTok, and now creating this YouTube channel. So it has been a nuts past 12 months. Not 12 months, 5 months. It's very delirious right now, sorry guys. But yeah, it's been an incredible past 4 or 5 months, and it's been pursuing the thing that I love most in this world. Like, I can't describe how grateful I am to be doing what I'm doing every day. And I'm on a mission, and it's just getting started. Like, this is nowhere near the end. We're not even halfway. We're not even 10% of the way. Barely even 1%. But I know that what me and my dad are doing, what our goals are, we're here to help people, here to be an inspiration, here to set the flipping standards. And I hold myself to those standards every single day. Like, there's just no excuse for anything. Like, in life, the only person I'll ever blame is me for not achieving my goals anymore, because I look back on what I was doing before, and the only limiting factor was me choosing not to take those risks that I've taken now to end me up where I am today. So my dad obviously has the goal of hitting 90 kg, which I'm still going to help him every day to achieve. We're getting there, slowly but surely we're getting there. And it's not just been a change in his physical appearance, but it's been a change in his mental, like, mindset of that training isn't a chore, it's a gift. Not everyone has that opportunity to be this fit and to look after themselves and to be healthy. And then for me, my goal is I want to be the best in the world. Now you might ask, what does that actually mean, be the best in the world? I'm training for high rocks and I want to be the best in the world. I want to be the best. I want to be in the elite 15. I want to be one of the best, like, just hybrid athletes in the world. And that might seem pretty crazy. I'm 24. It's not like I'm very, very young. I am young, obviously, but it's not like I'm just like, you know, fresh 18. I've had past 4 years of like intense training, no. But I also don't like to set myself limits. Like, I don't believe in setting yourself limits. Like, honestly, shout out to Jake Dearden. He made a post the other week and he actually liked my repost of his post, and it was the phrase, fuck the limits. And honestly, yeah, fuck the limits. But who sets your limits? No one sets your limits but you. You can't find you don't know your limits until you reach them. And yeah, have I been close a few times? 100%, but I haven't found them. Otherwise I wouldn't still be here. I haven't found my limit yet. And I'm always pushing that boundary every single day, no matter what, non-stop, 25/8. So yeah, I want to be the best high rocks athlete in the world, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get there. I'll train every day. I'll eat the right food. I'll have the right mindset. Like, honestly, in life, this applies to obviously what I'm doing, but it also applies to just anything in general. Shoot for the flipping stars, man. Shoot for the stars, because at least if you fall short, at least you land on the moon. And I ain't landing on anything less but the moon. So we're shooting for nothing but the stars. And we're gonna reach them. Gonna flip and reach them, because it's only me against me. I'm my only enemy in this race that I wanna win. So yeah. So what are my goals? What have I got coming up? So in 2 weeks' time, I've got a half marathon in London, and I'm aiming for sub 140. I'm just literally running every day between now and then to do whatever I can to get that sub 140. And I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna aim to get it. Yes, is it a bit unrealistic? Is it a bit delusional based on how much training I've had to do the half marathon? I literally booked it a couple of days ago. Very impulsive, I know, but yeah, life's too short not to be. But yeah, I'm gonna do whatever I can to get there. And then March the 14th, I'm competing in High Rocks Glasgow, doubles. I've got my partner Emily, who is insane at High Rocks, so we're aiming for that. I'm gonna say it now, don't want to jinx it, but I like having something to work towards, and you lot will hold me to account. We're aiming for sub an hour. Obviously, if we don't get it, we don't get it, but I don't see why we can't. She's training for a marathon, I'm training for a half marathon, so the running element should be pretty solid. But yeah, this is the start of the journey, and I'm bringing you lot all the way with me. We're starting here, but the sky is the flipping limit, guys, and we ain't stopping for no one. So yeah, I'm currently doing 45 minutes on the bike. We're 14 minutes in, 6K down. But yeah, you lot, it's 25/8, non-stop. Live it, breathe it, every single day. You are your own enemy in the race of what you want to achieve. And yeah, I stand by it. It might take me 10 years to achieve everything I'm saying to you right now, but 10 years will pass anyway. So at least I'm gonna make these 10 years count and try. And I'll try it every single day. So yeah, love you lot. Yeah, that's quite exciting. Having you lot to hold me to account. I've been wanting to start this channel for a while, but I just found reasons not to. Time, this, that, the other, but I'm going to be consistent with it. At least once a week you lot will be seeing from me what's going on. So if there's anything you lot want to see in terms of just the training, everything, lifestyle, all of that, obviously the goal is to be the best in the world. And the best in the world will change over time. I know it might be high rocks, but it might be something else in a month's time, might be something else, as in like in addition to. Yeah, life changes, trends change, and yeah, I just want to be the best. I don't see why not. Like, someone today will start this journey and will be the best at some point, so why not me? That's why I ask myself every day, why not me? So yeah, peace you man, have a blessed one.